Hello, my name is Javier Barca, and this is my diversity project for human resources management for DR.Agaptus Chikwe. My project consisted in watching two movies. The first one was Schindler's List, and the second, The Miracle Worker. And these were the following questions. What do you learn from these movies? What I learned from these movies was that through human history, people have been treated differently because of race, religious belief, sex, and disabilities. And in these movies were depicted perfectly, especially in The Miracle Worker, where Helen Keller was a little girl that was mute and deaf, and she was treated with pity by her parents. Uh, just because they were treating her with pity, they forgot to teach her how to communicate, and she was not able to tell them what she wanted, what she really needed. Uh, if she was feeling sad, if she was feeling happy. And thanks to Anne Sullivan, who was a teacher and showed her a lot of patience, she was able to teach her how to communicate properly. In Schindler's List, you could see how the Germans treated the Jews with inequality, and they also believed they were an inferior race. So they were not only enslaving them and torturing them, they were killing them off. They were basically killing off a full generations of Jews just because they felt they were inferior and they should not any longer exist. Um, do you learn anything about yourself, your biases? What I learned about myself is that I should not be treating people with pity just because of their disabilities. Instead, just treat them like a regular human being. They're very smart, and they probably could do most of the tasks that we can. Um, if you treat them with pity, they would just probably get offended and feel, like you're treating them like an unequal human being. How did the movie impact you? Uh, the worker impact me in the sense that um, communication is key to every human, and no matter if you have a barrier, a language barrier, or a physical impairment, you should always try and find ways to communicate. The basis of communication is what gives you access to the other person's whatever the other person is thinking, whatever they need, if they have any feelings that you should be aware of, and this is key. How Schindler's List impacted me was that it's really sad to see how other humans can treat other humans basically because of their beliefs or their race. Everyone is should be equal. We're all humans. We're all of this earth, and we share it. And we should treat each other with compassion and love, and help each other prosper. Um, Research how many citizens in the U.S. have disabilities or impairments. Currently, in the U.S., there's 56 million people with disabilities. What amounts of these are working? About 41% of the between the age of 21 to 64% are currently employed, which means 59% of this age range is unemployed. Uh, what kind of jobs do they have? They have all different types of jobs, usually or mainly in federal government jobs. They either are secretaries or work in banks. I've seen many tellers that have disabilities, but this does not impair them to do their job. They're also working in factories, making toys, etc. Are they compensated or treated equally as those without disabilities? The answer is no. The median monthly earning of a disabled person is of $1,900 compared to $2,700 to those without disabilities. Um, why do you think more people with disabilities are not working? I believe that a lot of companies have not been enforcing the ADA of 1990. They feel like people with disabilities would slow down their profitability, or they could hire someone with faster task skills or skill set And this is not the truth. People with disabilities have the ability to work just as fast as others do, and maybe even be smarter. What would it take to get more than working? Obama just passed in July 26, 2010, an executive order 13,548, which enforces the U.S. government to be a model for private working companies to hire disabled people. Uh, they should be able to hire around 100,000 people in the next 5 years. If you became disabled or severely impaired, how do you think or how do you hope to handle it? I don't think I will handle it very well in the beginning. I think I would need some sort of therapy to be able to cope with it and come into the realization of the impairment that I have and how I can perform jobs in the future. As a result of this experience, how will it affect the way you interact with others? I'm always been a people person. I don't think I've ever treated anyone unequal or unfairly. Although I have thought of maybe treating someone, a little with a little bit of pity in case of their disability. I no longer think I'm gonna do that. It's not the correct way of doing things. People just like to be treated equally. As a result of this experience, how will it affect the way you will recruit and manage people when you are a manager or employer? Um, if I am a manager and employee, I would give everyone equal rights. I will give them a fair chance to compete for the job, and based on their skills, knowledge, and abilities, we'll grant them the job. No matter what the disability is, as long as they can perform the task, they should be able to get hired. And this concludes my project. Hopefully, I have answered all your questions, and thank you.